On Monday, the world will commemorate the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, and the commemoration events are already underway. It was the most infamous of the Nazi extermination camps located in German-occupied southern Poland. At least 1 million people died, mostly Jews, murdered as that camp ultimately would become a symbol of the Holocaust. NBC's Jay Gray is live outside the camp this morning and joining us now live. Jay, talk about what will be happening there for the next couple of days.
Yeah, Deirdre, and as you know, this is a place that's part memorial, part museum. It marks the horrors of what happened here, but it also stands as an honor to those who passed and to those who survived here. And that's who we will hear from this time, survivors. We will have a couple of days where they will get together. The camp will actually close, both here and at Birkenau, will close on Sunday so that only the survivors will be inside and looking back and reflecting on their experiences here. And then on Monday, there will be a commemorative ceremony, and dignitaries, leaders from around the world will be here. They'll travel to this area, they will take part in the ceremony, but they won't speak. That's an honor that is reserved only for survivors. It's their voices, their stories that will mark that day, and it's something that many say they come to with mixed emotions. They don't necessarily like being back here, but Deirdre, as you know, and from survivors you've talked to, they feel compelled to be back here to tell this story, to share it and make sure it lives on, and to make sure that the horrors that happened here never happen again.
And Jay, each time the group of survivors has gathered to mark one of these milestone anniversaries, obviously that group is smaller and smaller. You have had a chance to, as I did, talk to somebody who was only 4 years old when they were there, and it's amazing to me how vivid the memories are all these years later.
It's stunning, right, Deirdre? I mean, they remember the smells, the sights, the sounds. I had a survivor we spoke with say, you know, he remembers being screamed at in German. He remembers scrounging through the garbage pails to find some type of food, some scrap, so he could survive. He was hidden by his mother and grandmother most of the time. He remembers the smell of the extermination here, and can't get that smell, he says, from his mind or his thoughts, and remembers the people that he was with. Yeah, it's amazing just how strong the recall is, but I think that speaks, and I'm sure you would agree, to the effects and to the profound horrors that they were going through at the time.
Well, and he, like the Bucci sisters who we feature in our documentary, Always Remember Your Name, are now in their 80s, their mid-80s, and the idea that they voluntarily go and share this horrific time in their lives is an incredible gift, I think, to the world, to let people know so that they won't forget what happened there.
Well, and it's like you said earlier, it's a gift that's waning. You know, there are only going to be a few more years where we will have those that can recall and share those stories and memories, and then those who can tell us firsthand will be gone. And that's why so many that I've spoke to say that it's important to be here, that they don't want this story, what happened here, to die with them, and that's why they make this trip. The man that I spoke with, who, as you said, was 4 years old at the time he arrived here at Auschwitz, says that he doesn't relish the idea of coming back to this camp. He doesn't like the idea of being here, but he feels like he has to be here. One, out of respect for those that were lost, to pray, he says, for those, including his brother and father who were here, but also to share that story. And it is, out of all of that, a story of hope, right? I mean, they hope that by sharing this story, it will never happen again.
Jay, thank you. We appreciate your live report from Poland this morning. And our new feature-length version of Always Remember Your Name will air this Sunday night at 7 o'clock on KCRA 3.